You're watching the Players Network.
Hey, life's a gamble. You're watching the Players Network. I'm a player, aren't we all?
Hi, I'm TERASA Livingstone. Welcome to the show. If you are anything like me, ever since I was a kid, I have been fascinated by magic and how these magicians perfect these illusions and what draws them to this kind of career. That's why my friend here, Fielding, and I are doing this show to answer all these strange and wonderful questions for you. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Tracy, but I want to introduce you to a friend of mine who's one of the finest in the world.
I heard.
Sleight of hand artist and aficionados of the game of cards and cheating. And he's my good friend for 26 years, right here on our set, Mr. Allan Ackerman.
Welcome.
Greetings.
Thank you for being with us.
I'm glad to be here.
You are talked up by every magician I know. They are enamored with you.
Well, that's nice to hear. Yeah.
Now, you've been doing sleight of hand since you were 9.
Since 9, right. And I kind of specialized in playing cards, and sleight of hand, and especially gaming moves. So I was just fascinated by that when I was a kid. I saw John Scarney on the Tonight Show, and I went and got some books and started studying. And
when you were very young?
Yeah, very young. And so that's how I got involved. And,
so were you like one of those kids you see, you know, they're bouncing ball, they want to be NBA stars when they grow up?
Right, so I had a deck of cards, and when I was 12 years old, I bought Dr. Thorpe's book called Beat the Dealer, and how to count cards and memorize cards in the game of blackjack, and that was my Bible when I was a kid. So I grew up wanting to be
How many 9-year-olds have an ambition to be a cheat?
Exactly.
That's
and
fantastic.
succeed every time.
That's it.
He came into the studio today already like fooling with the cards and moving them around and just doing ingenious stuff.
Yeah, you got to practice all the time, and it's fun to practice. So I'll show you how a hustler works a card game. They're kind of clever fellows. So this kind of things are always interesting.
And that's an ordinary deck of cards.
Yeah, these are just bought those at Smith's right before I came here.
Okay.
Smith's grocery store.
There you go.
So we'll go ahead and give the cards a few.
That have poker machines off the side, I noticed.
Few shuffles and cuts here. All right. And we're going to use several cards here. Like I said, I'll show you how a hustler works a card game. We'll go ahead and use those 4 kings.
Wait.
All right. So we use those 4 kings.
He already shuffled them up.
And all the kings ended up on top, right?
I'm lost.
Well, on each packet, yeah, just cut the deck 4 times. Now, I'm going to show you how a hustler works the game. What he does is he gets the hand that he wants on the bottom of the deck.
Okay.
Okay? Now, watch how he shuffles the deck. He just keeps the stock on the bottom. Nobody notices. So just keeping the kings on the bottom so they're ready for me to use. Now, he's got to get out of a cut. Now, this won't work in a casino because they have very strict rules, but it would work in a friendly game, all right? So it's something you want to watch for.
I'm friendly.
A procedure you don't want to really do. Cut the cards.
Anyway?
Any way you want.
Just like so?
Yeah, and we just pick up and we start the deal from the spot. Now, that's accepted procedure in friendly games because that's where you cut, but it's a dangerous one because it leaves the kings on the bottom, ready to use.
There you go,
right there they are.
Right.
Okay. Now we're going to have 5 people in a hypothetical game.
No, that's why we have Allan here.
So I'm going to add a few more cards so we don't run out. Okay. And if you watch my hand on the 5th deal right here, this is where I'm going to be dealing bottom deals. So right off the bottom, there's 3, there's 4. I got 2 that time, but that's okay. All right. So I got 5 cards there, and I got the 4 kings.
You got the 4 kings.
So they're gone. Now we're going to go ahead and I'll demonstrate this again. All right?
I don't.
So what we will do is we'll do a lot more sophisticated technique this time around. We're going to bury those kings down in the center of the deck.
Okay.
And what we will do is we will do a stacking technique or a stacking technique. We'll use the power of mathematics to get those kings to jump in the right spot.
Because you're a genius mathematician, too, in your spare time.
So that's one of my...
Isn't that correct?
Yes. In fact, Allan, I remember for years taught at UNLV, correct?
Right.
And now
I
it's
taught
in
the math
computer
department,
sciences.
and now I'm over in the computer science department, right?
Good
So myself being just such an honest guy will even cut the cards.
Because we're also honest.
And we will deal out a 5-handed game.
Honest people live boring
This
lives,
time, there's no doubt about it, those are right off the top.
Okay.
Off the top. Okay, here's 4, and here's number 5. So you might have an idea what I have here, right? But if I want a hand to beat those 4 kings, I might like those 4 aces.
Oh. Wow.
I didn't see that coming.
You're my ringer.
Yeah.
You're coming to my place. That's fascinating.
Taking him to Granny's to play hearts, huh?
Are you, do you ever give your secrets away?
So,
Do you ever show?
well, I'll show you a move that magicians often do, or gamblers often do.
Okay.
And if I was going to cheat at a card game, well, like, you know, a lot of times that routine's somewhat involved.
Do you count?
But-
Are you having to count
oh,
while you do that? While you talk?
Well, I can, which maybe in a moment I'll show you that.
I know.
I'll probably be some struggles
But
the only other people I know
let
who
me
can do
kind of
that.
show you one of the things that hustlers often use. They pick a game that's real easy, like Chicago. Now, Chicago, it's a 7-card stud game,
Okay.
and high spade or low spade gets half the pot. Okay? So we'll go ahead and give the cards a quick shuffle, and let's go ahead and give them a cut. Now, if I control one card, like the ace of spades, and just put it on top, okay? Then all I got to do, let's say I'm 5 players in the game, 1, 2, 3, 4, I give myself the spade, so I'm a guaranteed winner.
Yep.
I didn't even
All right.
see him do that again.
So now
You're
this is
smart man.
this is an old move from the gaming table called the second deal, or a deuce.
Watch this.
Okay, so I'll leave it face up so you can see it.
On the top.
Yep, so it's on top, and
at
what
that.
I do is I deal the second card instead of the
It looks
top
like the
cards.
top card.
It
So
does, doesn't it?
anytime I want the top card, I just deal it to myself.
Wow.
Oh.
So that's one of the moves from the gaming table.
Thank you for joining
Okay.
us. We hope you had a great time and learned something new. Don't forget to go online and check on Allan's. You got some tapes and some discs
Yeah,
you said available.
sure do.
You want to learn something like this? It's all in the sleight of hand. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.